All right. Good. Everyone okay? Brilliant. Yes. You got some stage presence, haven't you? What we're going to do then, before we go any further, we're going to go through the worst tackles that I've had this week. So to get that out of the way, so that we don't have to go through any insults. So we've got that my eyebrows look like the obese children of my hair and my beard. Yep. I look like a cave drawing. And that when I smile, it looks like I've bitten a brick, which is not good. Robbie Williams' homeless brother, a more sinister version of Ian Watkins. Hurtful stuff. Okay, moving on. We'll tell you a bit about myself. I'm a dad now. My son's 6 months old. Bravery isn't a strong point at the moment. It's come up with other parents. Obviously, we discuss children. One thing that they keep saying is, I would die for my kids. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my kids. And if any danger presented itself, that would be it. I would throw myself in the way of that. And that's fine. You know, I get the sentiment. I want to protect my child, but I'm not brave. When I hear a bump upstairs, I'm still convinced I'm going to walk into my bedroom and find a crying Victorian child in a dirty nightie with greasy hair. And that's not for me. That's not a situation I'm going to be brave in. So, for example, if I'm in the house on my own and the kid's got his baby monitor set up, his toys are all set up, and he's just there chilling, and I'm chilling, and I hear whispering over the monitor, and I start to hear his toys go off by himself, it's not a time for bravery. The only time I'm going to die for my kid in that situation is through freak domestic accident by running out the house at full speed. He can defend himself. At that point, that's fine. I'm not going to tell anyone about it, and I'm sure the situation will never present itself. But still, when people stand there and go, I die for my kids, I stand there and I nod, and secretly I think, nah, not for me. But bad parenting, bad tattoos, these are all good things. They help me fit in and around Stockport. I've got this awful tattoo here. It says ambitio. That's the Latin for ambition. Whereas anybody else who looks at it or ever sees it thinks it's just ambition without the N, which is fine. But I've now got a metaphor for my entire life printed on my arm. Not enough ambition. Not good. Not good. But it helps me fit in and around Stockport. My son was born in Stockport. He was born at Stepping Hill Hospital. And what they do at Stepping Hill Hospital, when a kid's born there, they'll give you a starter pack. And in the starter pack, not been thought through, they give you such useless artefacts as Waitrose vouchers, vouchers for £100 professional photo shoot. This is stuff I don't need, and this is stuff nobody who's born in Stockport's going to need. Let's have a real Stockport starter pack that's going to be useful to people, for kids who are born in Stockport. Maybe an England flag to hang out of their window. An attitude of intolerance, perhaps. A membership to Britain First. Maybe even a job seekers application. All stuff that's really going to assist these kids in their lives in progressing through Stockport life. That's how it works. I had actually had a little look on Britain First Facebook page for the banter. You know, it's always good fun. Have a look on there, the misspelled posts and things like that. One thing that does tend to come up a lot, certainly, is about Syrian refugees. Syrian refugees are more than likely going to be ISIS fighters that have been recruited in the desert to come over to Europe and bring death to the West. But that's not an easy job to sell, is it? I said to my friend, that's not a job you're going to apply for, is it? So we went to the pains of rewriting their advert for them. Just to sort of exercise in boredom. Not really trying to assist ISIS. You know, I heard they're not great guys. But anyway, it'd be an advert that reads something along the lines of expanding Middle Eastern organisation seeks dedicated people to help us grow our European operation. Applicants will be proficient swimmers, willing to travel by fragile dinghy craft, and must have experience in swimming through vast expanses of water. Bringing children not advised. Ability to climb electric fencing and cling to rapidly move trains is a must, and risks include moderate chance of death by hellfire from sky, possible beatings by border staff on a semi-regular basis, but perks do include weaponry and ability to drop people off buildings for minor offences. Other bonuses may include virgins depending on experience, and an attitude of general disgust towards Western life. Still not perfect, but probably easier than just standing in the desert and trying to send people out on rafts at general intercourse. Perhaps even, ISIS have got to that point where they're such a large organisation now that they have HR issues. Maybe they get the same sort of emails that I get at work. Hey guys, just to let you know, we've been getting some great results recently. The organisation's been seeing a real period of growth, but on a sour note, someone's been leaving ham sandwiches in the fridge. Don't feel like we should really have to explain why this is an issue, but in future, please do refrain from putting unholy meats in the refrigerator, or we'll have to retract your refrigerator rights. Maybe that happens. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe the interview process is an issue. How do you even interview someone for the job? I mean, you want people that are proficient at killing and things, so can you tell me about a time when you faced a challenge? Perhaps. Let's stop there, I lost my thread.